I forgot to charge my phone this morning, so that's why I'm having to sit and do this in the passenger seat while I'm charging my phone. That's the only way this is going to work. But we are dedicated, disciplined, and big energy. Does anyone here remember Palacio, the Argentina striker that used to don the rat tail when they were at the World Cup? Well, bruh, that wasn't even intentional. Does it look cool? Do I look edgy now? There's always one that seems to escape. But anyway, welcome to my TED Talk. Why not just sit here and talk? Why not just... Oh yeah, that's what I was going to do. That's what I was going to do. I was going to say about how the first week has gone of this new turnaround, or whatever you want to call it. I wouldn't say I've been sticking to my diet strict enough again, which is normally my worst habit. But it's not the end of the world, because like I still feel great. Like I genuinely feel great still. Thanks for asking. I was ever so strict like the first 4 days or something. I'm trying to think when I did that video the last week. I think it was day 2. It was either day 1 or 2 that I'd started. In fact, I recorded on the Monday, so it must have been day 1. So we're now over a week in. I've been tracking my calories for about a week. I've kind of slumped a little since, which kind of proves, I guess, that it was kind of working for me, where I'm actually tracking my calories, so that now, even though I've kind of cheated a little the last couple of days, it doesn't really matter, because like I'm just, you know, I'm doing what I'm enjoying, and I'm burning off bare calories at the moment anyway, so that is kind of making up for it. I'm not like eating like stupid amounts and ordering takeaways every day, you know, not that kind of extreme. But yeah, it's been going all right, and definitely tracking calories has helped me not only cut down, but realize how much I actually only need to be eating to kind of get through a day, rather than eating for the sake of eating. I might even post a couple of screenshots of the first week or so of whatever I tracked so far. We were kind of sticking to around an average of 1.5 to 2,000, and then you'll notice that the sesh came calling on the weekend, which is something you can't avoid if you're disciplined enough and you can, you know, say no to a few drinks with your mates. Fair play, I rate it. But I've never been the kind of person that drinks you know, every other day or every week or something. 9 times out of 10 I will drink to get drunk, so that only happens like once every, I don't know, 2-3 weeks maybe. So I don't consume alcohol at any other points really, so it's kind of, although binge drinking isn't amazing, it's not necessarily the worst thing either if you're disciplining yourself for the rest of the week, if you get what I mean. It's the same with food as well. Like if I fancy a takeaway one day, I will bloody well have a takeaway, but I will make sure that the 2-3 days after or before that I've kind of given myself room to afford to do that, because otherwise I'll just fall back into bad habits again. It's a shame I don't have any scales actually, because I literally haven't weighed myself in like years or something crazy. The last time I remember I was like 100 kilograms, and that would have been on parent scales actually, so I don't actually have any scales on me, and gyms aren't open, so I can't actually weigh myself at the moment, but we'll just have to judge ourselves off of how much fat we're losing and stuff, because I would say already that I'm feeling slightly lighter. I feel more energetic when I'm not having as much sugar, not having as much salty takeaway fatty foods. I'm always having either low calorie or no calorie drinks. Switched up to black coffee now because again, I slipped up like one day I think, but ever since last Monday I've been intermittent fasting, which is basically you give yourself, like the one that I'm doing, you give yourself an 8-hour window in which you can eat and drink what you want, but obviously if you're doing it, you're probably dieting anyway, so you can only eat in the 8 hours that you set yourself, and then for the other 16, including you sleeping and whatever, you're only consuming water and black coffee. So I've been doing that, and obviously when you like pack all your eating periods into a smaller length of time, you got more time overall for your body to burn fat. Basically, that's the reason behind it. And I can't say for definite that it's been working, but like I said, I do feel better, I do feel slightly lighter, and it hasn't, like, I probably the first day was a bit more of a struggle, but otherwise I'm kind of getting used to it now, and yeah, like I said, feeling better for it. Now, I know that this is the last thing that people want to talk about after they've been talking about it top of the topic for the last 12 months. We're gonna discuss COVID, hopefully for the last time on this channel. And I'm a key worker. For those of you that don't know, I work my absolute ass off on early and late shifts in a petrol station. Probably one of the worst places in retail currently of the chances of catching COVID, purely because I don't know, it's like it's not very well protective. At least half the customers pay with cash still. It's never treated like an actual shop. Like, you'll get people come in with masks and we can't exactly refuse them sales because they're not wearing their mask, because they've already like filled up their car with fuel or something. So it's all these little things that like have been, you know, a little bit risky, and already 2 people on our department, we have a very small department, bear in mind as well, like 7-8 people, if that, and 2 of them have already got COVID, one of them being me. The story behind this, we weren't even really sure if I actually had COVID, because I mean, what do you really expect? You've been like kind of given these symptoms that you're supposed to have, like this, the media has portrayed this is how COVID's going to be, this is how you're going to feel. If you feel these symptoms, stay at home. I didn't feel any of these, and I'm sure this goes for a lot of people that have supposedly had COVID as well, because I was certainly feeling flu-y, and it was a strong flu, it's safe to say. I did have like 2 days off of work, literally calling in to say that I had the flu, because that is what it felt like. It felt like any other flu that I had over my lifetime. So I had a couple of days off. It got to the day after I'd been off sick, and I felt alright. I felt like I could go back in and do a shift now. Like, I guess probably not 100%. It's kind of like the aftermath of when you're like flu-y, if you're still a bit like blocked up and whatever. That was pretty much me, but I felt like I was capable to work a shift. Oh, how wrong was I? Wow, what a fraud. We came into work, I was doing a late shift, and I was on the ropes after like an hour. I was on the ropes. I was swinging on them ropes, hanging on for dear life. I must have done like 1 manual task, and I sat down for like 5-10 minutes after, because I was profusely sweating, and I was like, yeah, okay, this isn't normal, but I stuck it out for the shift till I woke up the day after feeling like shit again. If any of you watching this haven't had COVID, maybe this is just a little warning for like, if you are feeling sick, just get a COVID test anyway. It's weird, it comes up on the website saying like all the tests were like booked up at the time. You can basically book one like straight away if you are feeling symptoms. But like I said, I wasn't feeling any specific COVID symptoms, so it wasn't until the Thursday or the day after that shift that I felt shit again and had to call in, that we agreed that I should get a COVID test. And it wasn't until the week after that I finally got my results back that I had apparently tested positive. So we had this old debate with my housemates, thinking that it might have been a false positive, but I didn't really fully recover from it until like 8 or 9 days later. So I guess it probably was COVID, but again, we're so attached by this stigma. Is that the word? Stigma, is that the word? Like this label of this is how COVID is. You will believe the media and what they say, and there will be hundreds and thousands of people that have been carrying COVID and they don't realise. So, and that is where the problem has been lying, and where we still are at this current, and why we still are here in this current time. There was even points where, like, weeks down the line, where I was kind of sitting there thinking if I'd actually fully recovered from it, because I've seen reports of like COVID having long-term effects on some people. You've even had like footballers, for example, that have had COVID and they've taken a much longer time to recover, and then their stamina's fucked for the next weeks or months and whatever. And I sometimes felt like that as well. Like I've always like enjoyed running, and it's something that I do want to get back into as a regular thing. And it's been pretty tough at the moment, because like the first actual run that I got back into after I had COVID, it was absolutely freezing. Like, I got, give myself the benefit of the doubt, but brother, I lasted about a minute. Like, it was bad. It was absolutely freezing. Like, honestly, don't get me wrong, but it was, I can't run at the moment. Like, I did another one recently. Like, now that I've been dieting again, I've been going on longer walks, and then if I feel like running, I will. I'm not in a rush. I'm still going to burn the same or similar amount of calories anyway, even if I complete 5k. So sometimes I walk, sometimes I run, sometimes I walk and run. Just, it doesn't really matter to me. But even like, I've even been going for like 5k walks and stuff, and sometimes I feel fucked after, just from going for a walk. Like, this is serious shit, man. Probably just a load of waffle, but it was a weird scenario, right? Because, like I said, I didn't think that I had COVID at the time, and could have possibly passed on COVID to many people. But it's just something you gotta look out for, really. It looks like we're over the worst of it, fingers crossed. And it was great, actually. I was the first person in my store to actually get COVID, so my store manager thought what a great idea it would be to huddle every single staff member at the time around in the warehouse and tell them that an unnamed person was the first person in the store to get COVID. Woo! Let's go! Bonus for everyone. You didn't catch it. Let him die, let him die, let him die. Petrol, more like death toll. Yeah, no, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that manic. But it was an unnamed person that did catch COVID. For their own privacy and safety, I'm sure. But when you work in retail, most of you will know that nothing is ever a secret. And when I got back on the first day and about 6 people are asking me how I felt, that's when you know when stuff gets passed around quickly. No COVID, pun intended. And I feel like I may have got it twice. But like the second time I was ill, maybe this is like a thing that I'm just, now that I've had COVID, what I was saying about the long-term effects, that maybe I'm more likely, I can't think of the word, but maybe I'm just more likely to get ill off other stuff as well. Maybe I'm more vulnerable. Maybe that's the word. Because I've been ill, like, I was actually lucky I wasn't ill for a good, like, well over a year. Before I actually caught COVID, and now I've been not including the time I officially had COVID. I've been ill twice since already, and I had COVID, what, 4 or 5 months ago? Must have been 5 months, I reckon. I don't even think, can you even say COVID on YouTube? I think you get demonetized if you do. Not that it matters on this channel anymore. But yeah, the next time around that I was ill, it was weird because I was off for a good few days again. I think I might have had a week off anyway, because I don't remember calling in sick that often, or maybe it was for like a day or two or something, or I had like a couple days off in a row or something, and it felt different. And again, this is what I mean. It could have just been flu, but I don't know. Where am I going with this? Basically, if you're feeling something, get tested, especially if you might have AIDS. AIDS are bad. COVID isn't quite as bad, but it's still pretty bad. That was a ramble and a half. Thank you all for watching, I guess. Like I said, I'm feeling good at the moment. There's another couple of videos in my head that I do want to do, but I think I'm definitely going to structure them out properly, because as nice as it is to have videos where the person is kind of just talking into a camera off the top of their head and it feels like you're having a one-on-one conversation, like, I do like watching those kind of videos. But I've got a couple more things planned, so stick around for that. Let me know if you've had COVID in the comments below, I guess, and I probably won't respond to them.